So this video is intended to show what's going on behind the scenes when you're using a multi-tenant driver. So this is aimed at developers who are curious as to what XBasic is happening when you execute a SQL command that uses a multi-tenant driver. So as you recall from the first video, we built our multi-tenant driver using a custom connection string, and here is the XBasic class that implements that custom string. So I'm going to just open up the class in the editor over here, and I'm going to go down to the part where the query is actually executed, and I'm going to go over here and put in a debug1 statement so we can debug into the code. So I'll put my debug1 over there, I'll save the class, and then I'll rerun it in order to register it. Now I'm going to go back to the interactive window, and I'll just go here and execute my insert statement again, and we can see now that the XBasic debugger comes up, and so we can step through the code. So the tenant ID field over there is numeric, so, and then the tenant ID value is going to be read from the session variable. So that's basically 1. So that's now we can go over here to our SQL statement. So here's the SQL statement that we're about to execute, and it's this statement that we need to modify and inject the tenant ID into the fields that are being inserted. So we'll go ahead there, and we can use the XBasic method to parse the SQL statement. So now we've taken the SQL statement over here and we've parsed it, and now we're going to basically add a new column into the list of column references. So now we've gone ahead there and added a new column, and now basically we're going to parse this value expression which contains tenant ID, and now we're going to get our new SQL statement. So you can see that our SQL statement now has been modified, and it now includes tenant ID in the list of values that are going to be inserted, and then we actually go ahead and execute the query. So it's just this small amount of code over here that is modifying the insert statement to include the tenant ID in the statement. So we'll go ahead there and run that, and now let's go and execute the next statement that does the query. So we'll go ahead there. You can see up comes the debugger, and what we're going to do now is step through the code here. So we can see this is not an insert statement. It's basically either a select, delete, or update. And so now we basically need a where clause. So you can see we've created our where clause over there. So this is the where clause that we need to add into the statement. So here we basically, here's our query. So we're going to basically add in the where clause to the statement. So now we've taken select star from customers and added in the where clause, and then we just go ahead and execute the query normally. So basically what we've shown over here is the XBasic code behind the scenes that is used when you're running a multi-tenant driver. Thanks very much for watching.